glad you asked the question. First time I met Laura, I actually didn't even know I met Laura. In high school, I had a bit of a soft spot for Dairy Queen, and I would go there and I was just enamored with the quality of food that was coming out of the kitchen. Little did I know that it was my sister-in-law, my future sister-in-law, that was the one making my burgers, my hot eats and cool treats. And many years later, I found out it was my sister-in-law.
I first met Laura in, I think it was probably preschool.
I'm in grade 7, which would have been 1996 to 1997.
Laura, I met at West Van Secondary in 1999 or 2000.
First year university, so 2002.
I met Pete at the University of Victoria in, I believe, 2004.
No idea. What year? I think 2003.
Don't know who that is. No first memory of Peter. I wish I did. I don't have a first memory of Peter.
First sisterly memory of Laura. Probably just not one in particular that sticks out, but I think just her in general, just trying to be as cool as me and being my shadow.
My first memory of Pete, grade 3 at Brooklyn Elementary, sweatpants pulled up to his armpits, digging in the dirt by himself.
Pete and I met, we were working at the school cafeteria. So we both had the kitchen duty job, which is the worst job you could possibly have.
I slept on the other side of the wall from Pete, and he had a bit of a habit of hanging up all of his medals above the bed, and so he would toss and turn at night and hear the clank, 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 bang on the wall. You be quiet! Back and forth. So yeah, that's pretty good childhood memories.
First memory of Laura showed that she was a real trooper. It was the first week of school at our new big school where all the kids from different elementary schools were coming together for the first time. And Laura was the first person from a different school that I invited back over to my house after school. However, I opened the front door and the first thing that happened was a basketball whizzed by my head and hit Laura straight in the face, thanks to my lovely young brother. I thought for sure that she would never come back over to my house and I would have no new friends for the rest of school, but she said yes the next time, so I knew we'd be friends for life.
My first memory of Laura is in grade 7 at Rockridge, and she invited me over for after school play date. Oh my gosh, grade 7. And we were walking home and she said, "Have you ever just made something happen?" I was like, "I don't know what you mean." And she's like, "Well, I thought about something and then it happened." I was like, "Oh, no kidding." And I was like, "I like this chick, she can make shit happen." My favorite memory, lots of camping trips, lots of skiing trips, outdoors, lots of outdoors adventures, playing in the yard, making forts.
My first memory of Laura would definitely be grade 7, moving to the big middle school at Rockridge. Probably got to know her, realized she was going to be one of my good friends at Yanu Bam's party at the beginning of the year. We were two of the most responsible ones there.
Laura and I met. We lived in the same residence together, Hague Brown, which was a mature international student residence. Somehow the two of us got placed in there, I'm not really sure why.
One of my first memories of Laura was walking from West Bay School to my house with my mom and a bunch of friends for one of my birthday parties, probably I was 5 or 6. And the whole way home, Laura sat right next to my mom, walked right next to my mom, and kept saying, "As soon as I get there, I'm calling my mom, I'm going home, I'm not staying, I don't want to be here." The whole way home.
So we met when we went on our res tour, and I saw this cute blonde girl sort of amongst the hippies and international students and like mature grad students, and I thought, all right, I think I can be friends with her. And then I saw an Aritzia sweatshirt on her and I was like, yeah, this is good.
Many won't know this, but in grade 6, West Bay School went off to the Flying U Ranch, and Laura was part of a quartet called the Rowdy Ranchers, and we had a one hot single.
Pete Odegaard, we were listening to 90s rap music, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and 50 Cent, putting fruit baskets on our head, eating chips and drinking Lucky Lager, and we commensurated the friendship through eating chips, reciting lyrics, and laughing and making voices. With Corby Bernard as well.
We are the Rowdy Wrenchers, cause that's our cabin name. We are the Rowdy Wrenchers, to us it's all a game. The cabins were cool, meaning cold, they were also very old. We rode our horses, we did like, then we went on a nature hike.
My first memory of Pete, I think he came for a family dinner, and I don't remember so much what Pete was doing, but I remember my dad, the look on his face when he saw that his little baby, his youngest daughter, was dating this big guy, and it looked like his eyes were going to pop out of his head. And after Pete left, my dad turned to us all and he said, "Did you see that? He had arms like thighs."
I was in the back of Laura's Jetta in Victoria, and we were going to a house party, and I had just met Pete about 5 seconds ago. Laura was on my left, and Pete was on my right, and I was in the back with a little sausage in the back of the Jetta, and all of a sudden Too Short Getting It came on, and I knew Laura was just gonna kill it the whole way to this party, and I was like, this is gonna be really interesting. What's gonna happen? Like, is Pete gonna be kind of freaked out? Like, what's gonna go on? And all of a sudden, the song started, and they both started just killing the lyrics at the exact same time. So I just stood back and let the chemistry went. It was awesome.
Now let me holler at your partner, spit this game, bend your ear for a minute. Quit complaining about how you can't spin it, cause you ain't got it. You got what it takes, but not it.
Who wears the pants?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would have said Laura, but these days I think Stella has them both flipped.
Laura. Laura definitely wears the pants.
Pete wears fluorescent tight spandex, and that's not a joke, with matching tops, so.
Laura definitely wears the pants. I'd say Pete wears the spandex.
Laura probably buys the pants, and Pete fills them out.
Pete wears the spandex, but Laura definitely wears the pants.
That would be Laura. But I would give Pete probably like a small pair of bike shorts in the relationship.
Laura.
Pete wears non-pleated, very tight pants, but Laura is the boss. Absolutely, no question.
The reason why, Laura, daughter of Bill McLaughlin, she calls the shots, and Pete, loved to death, but he chooses to wear Viking spandex.
Laura definitely wears the pants.
Well, I'm gonna say Pete because I'm pretty sure everyone else is gonna say Laura, and so one for Pete.
Each of their unique talents.
He loves his Doritos, and he has a fine knowledge of strange European techno house music that will shock you with the facts and obscurity of those facts.
Each of their unique talents.
Laura, besides probably being able to recite the global news, she can tell the most awesome story in the world, and she's so expressive and everything's emotionally charged, and then she throws in like a dash of exaggeration, and we're all lying on the floor laughing, and she's so freaking funny.
Laura's a great cleaner. She's really good at cooking.
Pete's a good cook. I'll give him that.
Ooh, Laura's most unique talent would be recalling every meal she's ever eaten at any restaurant. And she can also tell me what I had on June 4th of 2001. Any day, anytime, she knows what was on the menu.
Oh, that one is definitely misplacing things. Everything from pagers to purses, you're pretty much guaranteed that a night out with Laura will end with something gone.
Laura's ability to convert into a cobra snake at any given point in time.
Pete has always known what is cool and has impeccable taste.
Her most unique talent is retelling stories with like hilarious touches. And that's why I think she really like captivates her audience. So I think that's why it makes her such a great teacher.
Pete's is his ability to not have one dinner, but 2 and 3 all in one sitting.
He can quote Ace Ventura, both movies start to finish.
And Pete Peter's unique talent is being able to convince anybody to go to 7-Eleven with him in the middle of the night.
Is that her passion for celebrating my birthday is equal to my passion for celebrating her birthday. And what that ultimately culminates into is me getting blackout on her birthday and her getting blackout on my birthday.
Pete's most unique talent, probably shaves his legs better than any man I've ever met.
Laura can stick her whole fist in her mouth.
Out of all of us, Pete's the only one that can really pull off the V-neck shirt. All of us look like we just can't pull it off. It's not good. So that's a nice talent to have.
I think that one's probably a tie. Pete obviously has mad skills in cycling, snowmobiling, and skiing, but these days Laura's a pretty much champion runner, so I think she's really picked up the game there.
Just tell by looking at how long her legs are. And she could probably do the Grand Fondo a few minutes faster than Pete if she wanted to.
Oof. No, that's, Pete would like to think he is. He would definitely like to think he is.
I would say Pete based on what, like from what I'm just thinking from when, like the sports that I've seen the two of them doing together, like whether we be going skiing or well, obviously, you know, biking and then croquet.
Hands down, Laura.
Both athletic in their own respects. Laura, prolific at dance.
I would say Laura. Peter bikes, but they make those bikes so efficient these days, so I'd say definitely Laura.
Pete, avid cyclist, hockey player, sport appreciator.
Pete did win Athlete of the Year senior year at Highland Secondary School. So I'm gonna say something nice and you say Pete.
Oh, Pete is pretty good on his bike, but Laura and I share a personal trainer, and we are pretty elite athletes, and she's run a half marathon, which is a big accomplishment.
Well, I think the general consensus here will be that Pete is the athlete, but after playing a season of softball with Pete, I'd have to say Laura.
Laura actually always says this. She loves when she can wear high heels and Pete's still taller than her. So I think it's definitely a good reason why they're being each other.
They have a very similar sense of humor as well. They really, really get each other. Pete and Laura are each other's just biggest cheerleaders, and in every instance, they are just cheering each other on in life. And I remember an example when we were at Tacofino, and there was a little bit of cilantro in Laura's meal, and he was like cheering her on to finish it, and Sue and I were dying laughing. But yeah, they just have such an awesome relationship that way.
I feel like they are made for each other. They're like a yin and yang. Without Laura, Pete would probably never open his mail. But without Pete, Laura, oh, I don't know. She's hard to rein in. Her labels have labels. Folders have folders. I don't know, she's pretty anal.
Because Laura loves road biking and Peter loves Dance Revolution.
Because they both like tight pants and leather shoes.
Pete and Laura made for each other because they love each other for one. They're both very smart, hardworking. The feeling is mutual, and they're both really fun. And I love them both.
I think that they really complement each other and they always know how to take care of each other when they need it.
I think they both, I don't know, they both love food, like I already said. They've been together for a long time and they've had a really good thing going, and they've always been solid, so they know something that works for them.
Travel and career success and lots of babies.
Shoes and babies.
The future looks like a lot of laughter, a lot of love, a lot of fun, super productive Sundays, Costco runs instead of the Super Bowl, and maybe a bit of tasteful bickering, but ultimately just a lot of love and fun. I picture dogs babies, a wonderfully designed house.
Children, happiness, yeah.
Immediate future looks good, very steamy for tonight.
Hopefully there's a little kid involved and you know, Pete can dress him up in no pleated khakis and no pleated pants and
9 months from now, one of these.
I would say evolution rather than revolution. I think that both of them have always been pretty clear about the big things that they've wanted for themselves and in their lives, and they're both well on their way on that path now.
2917 Altamont.
The future looks good. The future looks very good, very bright. I'm seeing a mutually beneficial symbiotic relationships. I'm seeing them both being successful, happy, healthy, kids, and potentially, if Pete has his way, Dorito chips strewn across the floor in a very nice house that Pete has designed.
Every once in a while, life goes fast. I'd say take a step back, realize what you guys put together, what you're gonna grow together, and enjoy it together, because this is not easy, but it's worth it, and building a family together is the best thing you'll ever do.
As the baby cries.
As the baby cries, yeah.
I've known them since they started dating, so I would say just to keep doing what they do. And there's no advice I can give that they don't know already, and they've been solid from the start. So they don't need any advice from me. They're gonna be just fine.
Just a lot of love, a lot of listening to each other, a nice clean house, probably a multi-purpose room for Pete, and a churro every once in a while for Laura, and hugs every day.
I think one of the key ones is let Laura sit in the passenger seat, not the driver after the trips up to Whistler and the nights out. Always have lots of little surprises, give presents or have special moments every day, not just on the big occasions.
Laura always keeps some Doritos in the house, keep a good bag in plain sight, and always keep a backup bag where he doesn't know where it is. Keep the big man happy.
Laura, it's really important for you to go to Costco, buy big bags of Doritos, let Pete just kind of wrap, cycle when he needs to.
Definitely feed her. Laura likes to eat like myself. Always have a dog or dogs around.
And if you're mad about something, talk about it.
I would say to Laura, make sure you have enough space in your house always for at least 2 or more bikes for Pete to store and to tinker around on his bikes.
My advice would be to Peter, keep going to Sunday dinner.
Do not sleep in, bro. Do not sleep in. Wake up at 6:30, be ready for activities, go on a walk, clean the house, be ready, man.
Pete, Laura, love you both to death. Congratulations. It's a wonderful time. Ever since the announcement, we've all been thrilled, and it's meant to be. You guys are both wonderful people. Love you both.
Congratulations, Laura and Pete. Happy for you both. All the best.
Congrats, Laura and Pete. I'm so excited for you. It's such a nice milestone for you guys to get married today, and I'm so excited to be a part of this special day.
Congratulations, Laura and Pete. I love you both very much, and looking forward to all the adventures to come.
Very happy for you guys. All the best. Pete, don't know how you did it, but good for you. And I wish you guys a lifetime of happiness.
Take 4. Madeline and I would like to say congratulations to the 2 of you. On behalf of Madeline, Myrtle, Brooke, and myself, we could not be happier that you 2 are getting married. In particular, I could not be happier that Pete is becoming my brother-in-law. I think of you as a brother, and Laura, one day I will think of you as a sister as well.
Baby, I've been searching like everybody else.
Cheers. Congratulations to you both. Honored to be in your wedding party. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, guys. I'm so happy for both of you. Love you both. Mwah.
Cheers, guys. I'm so happy for you and love you both. Look forward to so many more great adventures together. Congratulations, Pete and Laura. I'm so thrilled to be a part of your special day. I'm so excited for you guys and to see what the future holds for you. The two of you together are unstoppable.
Laura and Pete are definitely made for each other. From the moment I met Pete, I could totally see them having a happy life together. They just seem really comfortable with one another, and I know they'll be happy.
So don't you dare and try to walk away. I got my heart set on our wedding day. I've got this vision of a girl in white. Made my decision that it's you.